Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today's video is going to be a plan with me for the week of March 25th through the 31st, 2024, using my Traveler's Notebook size planner from Archer and Olive. If you're interested in seeing that, please stick around. Here we are in my Traveler's Notebook size planner. I'll be going with a grid layout for this week's spread. I'll be using these number stamps from Heidi Swapp, the days of the week stamps from this set from Elle's Studio. I'll be using the week number stamp from this set from Elle's Studio. I'll be using one of the floral stamps from what I thought was a set from Elle to New, but I actually think might be from Pinkfresh Studios. I'll be using one distressed oxide as well as my black VersaFine ink. Now, I think I mentioned in my last plan with me that I've been dealing with being in a little bit of a creative funk, and that funk definitely factored in to this week's plan with me. I really thought it would be best if I just went with a very simple plan with me and a very simple layout and spread. I thought doing so would just cut down on my frustration level with not having something come out the way that I envisioned it or wanted it to. So you're going to notice that this is a pretty basic spread for me. And honestly, I'm totally okay with that. You're definitely going to see more basic spreads for me coming in the future because sometimes that's just all that we're capable of creatively. And that's okay. At the end of the day, for me, I really need my planner to be functional and it looking pretty, and the way that I decorate it is definitely something that I love doing and it's a bonus for me, but functionality is key. And so as long as these spreads are still functional, that's the most important thing. And I don't see this spread and this layout not being functional for me. I am going in with these small number stamps from Heidi Swapp as well as these small days of the week stamps from Elle's Studio. When I'm doing a grid layout like this, it's best to go with smaller stamps or smaller stickers for dates and days of the week. That way they don't take up too much space in each box, considering that the boxes end up being pretty small in the Traveler's Notebook size. So I'm basically stamping them directly in what will be the center of the top center of each box. I really ended up liking the way that this spread came out, which I think you all will probably giggle at when you see the final result and how minimal it is. But you know, sometimes minimal is where it's at. I really decided to lean into being simple by only utilizing one distressed oxide color in this spread. So I'm definitely sticking with all black for what I consider to be kind of the basics or the background of the spread. I know it's not an actual background, but you know, headers with the date and day of the week to me are really just like the bare basics of functionality, and sometimes you want those to stand out and sometimes you kind of want it to just be there and not stand out too much, not be too loud. And I think this is a perfect example of a spread where I kind of just want those dates and days of the week to not be too loud, to just be in the background and to just serve as what they're supposed to be, which is a functional portion of the spread. Once I'm done with stamping in the 31st and Sunday, which is Easter, I am going to go in with one of the floral stamps from again, I think it's Pinkfresh Studios. I was actually looking at a bunch of different websites the other day, just seeing what was out there in terms of stamps, if anything caught my eye. And I'm pretty positive this set was listed on the Pinkfresh Studios website. And I was shocked because I always thought it was from Altenew, and I guess I'd been wrong. I did use the Distress Oxide to stamp down that floral stamp for just a tiny bit of deco in this bottom right corner. I also went in with the week number stamp from Elle Studio, the March stamp from Heidi Swapp, and then the 13, which is from the number stamp that I've been using all spread for Heidi Swapp. And the last thing that we're going to do in this spread is put in the lines to separate each day of the week using my Micron in 08. Again, you all can see at this point just how simple this spread actually is. And while this is not necessarily my usual vibe, I'm still pretty pleased with the way that it came out. I think that it's, again, going to work really well for me functionally, but that bottom right corner does add a tiny bit of deco and a little bit of intrigue, especially on a holiday week. I never usually do anything major for Easter, but I'm happy to have a little bit of a lilac or lavender floral in the mix for that holiday. I hope you all enjoyed this plan with me, and as always, everyone, please be safe. Bye bye.